Welcome back. We are here with 1431. New decade, new children. Everyone's a child. Serena is finally going to start having babies again. It's great. So in the last one, as you'll remember, Serena got married to Emil, so they'll start having babies. I did move them back onto our original farm because, you know, they're wearing blue again. I thought that might be nice. Emil is going to try and stay home while Serena goes off to war, but if they both end up rolling, or if he ends up rolling to go to war, then we'll maybe have to take care of their children while they're gone or something. But anyway, so let's see. This year, again, like literally, so I told you in the last one that no babies were born, and then I was, you know, adding some stuff to their house, and I was adding the new little like market stall that we're going to use, and of course a baby was born. So for Mirabelle Axtell, she was just born, and we'll see if she rolls an 18 or a 20 to make it to infanthood, which she did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have El Rosaria, who was like the only one who survived to last year in this section. So El Rosaria can't get a 4, 8, or a 12. Good job, you survived. Odelgard. Oops, I forgot to put in the little note on the club. Odelgard can't get a 9 or a 19. All of these rolls are better than the ones from last time. Okay, it looks like our bad luck might be ending. Euphemia can't get a 7. And will she marry? She will, but she will not be having children. Wow, everyone is rolling to not have children. Euphemia land grab 0. And then Frost and Honora. Oh, I'm worried. Okay, so I'm worried about Frost because... Where is he? He is married to like one of my favorite Sims, but they only have one surviving child. Oh gosh, and she actually looks a lot like her father, I think. She has like his cheekbones. But anyway, scary stuff. Is he the only... No, we still have Guccio to have children if it comes to that. I believe... Why is this so hard? Okay, no. So yes, we have... Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. Now I'm lost. Yeah, so I guess we just have Guccio to have babies if this doesn't work out. If they only have girls. He's getting married this year, I believe. Yeah, because he was going to get married last year, and then I was like, what am I doing? I should just do the cool story at the start of the decade. So, yes. Anyway, 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. And then our Honora, who's taking care of our kids, worried about that. Frost survives. Honora survives. Ooh, we got all our bad luck out last year. Wolfram, I mean, you're getting really old. It's really not that big a deal. If you die, also you were done having children, but you did survive it. So how many years after that? 7. Oh my gosh, this guy's going to live forever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then an additional 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, nobody is down here on the tree. Wow. Okay. Now, yes, Nancy Landgrab will be marrying Guccio Payne, which she is even more excited about now that I've realized that she's pretty close to inheriting everything from that family. So, vampire rolls. We have 2 vampires. They can't get a 9. We have 1 human, can't get an 18. All right. Wow, no deaths this year after all of that last year. That's a lot. Okay, so This is the deal. I don't think, wow, we like do not have any weddings planned. Guccio and Nancy, Nizetta. Did I put, I don't think, I must have not put Sabina and Honora onto here. Oops. Sabina. I don't know if I want Honora to get married just yet, though. Euphemia is also too young now to get married. 1, 2, 3. Like, no one's available for marriage. I guess we could remarry Johnny Zest. I feel like he wouldn't, though. He's got plenty of kids. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave them hanging. Who's Sabina? She's an Armstrong. She would definitely get married, though. What if I just don't marry them until I have someone for them to marry? Would that be awful? I have to think about it. But next year, our Johnny Zest is aging up. He could marry Honora. That's the only person he could marry. Because all of these other ladies are rich. And 2 of them are related to him. Maybe Sabina could run away with him. I don't know. We'll think about it. There are not... Remember when I was like, there are too many boys? Well, now there are too many girls. There are just like not... Yeah, there's like not enough boys. There's not enough rich boys to marry all of these rich girls. I don't know. I do not know. Anyway, let's hop into the game. So I spoke too soon about everybody living. Zetienne just had twins. Luckily, they were twin boys, so it looks like we do have some boys in the Payne household. However, she did just die in childbirth to the second twin. So that is unfortunate. Zetienne was definitely one of my favorite Sims, but it's actually okay because that was the last baby that she could have. So she had all the babies she could. She just didn't get to enjoy life afterwards. So Frost still has 2 baby tries left, though. And since we do have some Sims that need some spouses, rich spouses, that it might be good for us to have Frost marry Nizetta. And that's what we're going to go with there. We'll do that next year. But yes, so we have Frost the third, and then we have Maurice Payne. So Maurice is named after Zetienne's father as well. So those 2 babies have survived to infanthood at least. And there we go. So I am kind of sad that Zetienne died. She was definitely, I think she was one of my favorites because she reminds me of that Sim from the Bridge Simpson Challenge. Was it Madeleine? I don't remember. Anyway, the Francis's daughter. That's who she reminded me of. So I think I held a little special place in my heart for her. But anyway, we are just going to hang up our daughter's picture that she drew us and then keep going with Honora and the kids. So if you'll see, we do have now a little market stall out front, but I have no idea how to make it work. So we're going to try and figure that out. And also she's going to keep taking care of the kids. But it's kind of weird because it looks like Honora is being mean to Thomas for no reason. Excuse you. But apparently they now both have to apologize to each other. I don't know what kind of spat they got into, but I think maybe the kids are having a hard time with the fact that Honora is starting to take a less of a active role in their child rearing. She's been helping them with homework and stuff, but for the most part, she is now moving into fully helping with the business. So she is going to be the one running the market stall during the day, and we'll see if we can't get her to get some business experience in that way. So now it is also Talk Like a Pirate Day, so I'm just having everyone do that, including having Adelaide talk to Genevieve like a pirate, and also you can see that I did finish decorating the house. That was my prerequisite for making the market area out front, so there's that, and someone is driving by really loudly, but anyway, so now we're having another baby. Lots of babies. It looks a land grab is having the Baroness of Landgrab is having a baby, and they had a boy. Another boy has been born to Malcolm. Will he survive? I don't know. He is the current only boy born to Malcolm, so we'll see. They still have some baby tries left after this too, though, so you know how it goes. And then another baby was born in the Armstrong family who died as well. So there is one more chance to have an Armstrong baby that is a boy. And if we fail that, there will be no more Armstrong men unless Gilbert gets remarried again. I don't know about that. I don't know if we'll do that. Gilbert is entering into the last phase of his life. I don't know how many years he has left, but he is definitely so for my Sims, what I did with the timelines is I had we have adult part 1 is 10 years, adult part 2 is 10 years, and then after that, they turn into an elder in the game for the last 8 years of their life. So he is an elder by the end of this. So he is definitely going to be saying his goodbyes soon. So if he doesn't squeeze out another kid that's a boy, the Armstrong family is done. They are done for. So that's where we're at. And now she's pregnant again. And we're going to get Aelis pregnant again. And then we're going to be finished doing this. Why is this taking so long? Anyway, also, Thomas wants to be read to by an adult, except I forgot that Honora is not an adult, so she's going to read to him, and it's not going to satisfy that request. But anyway, then we're going to work on his mental skill. He is working on the child mental aspiration, which we haven't been able to work on yet because I haven't been sending the children to school, and that is one of the requirements for this childhood aspiration. So there's that. Anyway, now we're going to have Adelaide and Honora talk to each other and basically say, Adelaide is going to tell Honora about, here's what we're going to do with the market stall. We're going to give it a try. No pressure. Why don't you go downstairs and grab some of the finely aged nectar, and we'll see if we can't make it happen. So Honora is going to kind of take charge of this section while Adelaide focuses on the nectar making. And so let's go out here. You can see it right here. I have never used this thing before, so you're going to have to bear with me. So we have to put stuff in the table's inventory, and then we have to stock the table, and then we have to tend to the table. And I'm trying that, but I'm not sure. No one's coming over. I tried to mark up the prices, but still no one's coming over, so I put them back down. But anyway, so while we are trying to do that, we have Adelaide working on her thing. I wonder also, is it a problem that the table is inside? I'm not really sure what the deal is. It's the front is open, but I'm not really sure if that's an issue. We'll see. Okay, so Adelaide has gotten to the top of her nectar making skills. She has gotten all of the recipes and everything. And she has read in these books that there is a nectar that can revive a sim. So there is the vitality nectar that is supposed to really help a regular sim, with their vitality, but also that they can potentially bring the dead back to life. So what she is doing is she is working really hard to make that. Also, I'm really trying to see if I can't get Sims to come over to my table. It's not working. But also I have to make a yard sale happen, but then Sims still aren't coming over. And anyway, so she has learned how to make vitality nectar, and she is interested in trying it. She is thinking about her deceased husband. She's thinking about her family. She's thinking about her children who don't have their father. These Sims are outside of my house, and I'm trying to sales pitch them, but they're just not buying anything. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know how to use this selling table. But anyway, so she has learned about the vitality nectar, and she is interested in making it. We do have a orchid splice with a pomegranate in our garden, which does yield death flowers occasionally. So what I am hoping, which she is hoping, is that she can grow a death flower and then somehow bring Thomas back to life. And she's not going to tell anyone about this because she really doesn't want the kids to know, because, you know, what if it fails? What if she fails and she has gotten their hopes up of their father coming back, who they don't even really remember because they were so young when he died. And she has a lot of anxieties about this too, because she's like, I want to bring him back. The kids don't even know him. I want them to know him, but is it going to be weird? Like, is it going to be weird to just suddenly bring Thomas back to life? So there is that, but she is going to try anyway. And I have decided that, you know, we're not just going to, obviously we can make this. There's no problem with us making it, but we are not going to just use it as a free pass to bring Sims back to life. What we are going to do in this case, because as I have been notified that I could have pleaded for Thomas and didn't, but because of the situation, and because I do want more heirs too, we're not going to use the vitality nectar to, you know, reduce Sims' ages. I don't want to do that. You know, unless the story calls for it. Obviously, I'm going to make an exception in some case, sometime, eventually, maybe. But basically, Thomas is going to have to roll for it. So if he failed his young adult roll, so we're going to do his young adult roll again. If he fails it again, after we have the vitality nectar, he can't take it. He's not coming back to life if he fails it again. So that is what the current situation is. But we don't even have the vitality nectar, so it's kind of not a thing yet. Anyway, Serena just had her baby, and it's a girl, and guess what we're going to name her? Thomasina. So Serena is going to name her firstborn Thomasina after her brother, who she loved very much. And this is fun. This is fun. So there she is. She survived, and I think that's the last baby. Yeah, that's the last baby that's going to be born this year. So anyway, also I have to get rid of that big thing I put in the basement. It's kind of blocking my view of the nectar racks. Anyway, so I'm trying here with the market table. It's not working. If anybody has any tips for the market table, I know someone told me, I'd have to look up who told me about some mod where you can sell things at your house. I'd have to go back and find that. I'm so sorry that I don't remember. But yes, so we might do that. There's definitely, oh, here we go. I think it's this one. Abby fell asleep, said Little Miss Sam has an at-home business mod. Maybe we'll try that. Because people are coming here to buy from my yard sale, but I can't get them to buy from my yard sale. Like, am I doing something wrong here? I give them the sales pitch. They still don't do anything. I don't know. She, like, gets the question mark over her. She can't do it. I don't know. I'm really unsure as to how this is supposed to work. So maybe we'll try a mod if I can't figure it out. But I do want to figure it out, because I think that I like that we can go to the market and sell things, but I also feel like it would be really good if we had kind of like a store of our own. Like, I feel like that is the next step for a business, right? You're able to sell it locally to vendors, but then you kind of get your own thing going. So I think that is the next step for their business, their family business. And honestly, I know that we were thinking previously to have a night situation. So it's tough, right? Because Serena wasn't really around when the kids were younger. She was gone for 5 years. She'll be gone in another 5 years for war. And then she just got back. She stayed with them for a little while, and then she left again to start her own family. So I'm not so sure that the kids would be super influenced by her to want to become knights. I think it'll depend. Maybe if we have more children after, you know, supposedly, if Thomas can come back to life and then we can have more children, that will be the case. But I think that we're like building a family business right now, and I do want the family to keep inheriting the business and working on the business. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be the main sim, like their spouse could work on it or whatever, but I think definitely that having a family business is going to be good for our generations, or at least having it such that we collect enough wine that we are going to be rich for many generations to come, especially if we start making vitality nectar. That stuff sells for the big bucks. We could just like keep one bottle around for per year or something, and we'd still have more money than we would know what to do with. We already have over 100,000 simoleons, which is why I'm not running to the market, even though my selling table is failing miserably, because it's unnecessary. We're according to also the mods that I have, we're considered wealthy. we're already considered wealthy. So I actually think that that's good for the children's marriage prospects. I think that that is really excellent. I do have to start figuring out what class everyone is too, because I've kind of just been separating the Sims into rich and poor. But I feel like look at the Bennetts. They have a lot of knights in their family, and I feel like that would increase their status to like maybe a middle class. I don't know. Anyway, Honora is aging up. She rolled the good trait. I'm giving her Renaissance Sim because I don't know. That's the only one I could think of that was kind of like a learning businessy type deal. But yeah, so I don't really know what class everybody is. So, I mean, maybe like a middle class sim could probably marry an upper class sim if, you know, like if they're like the 13th child. Probably that would be fine. I don't know. Definitely. I mean, Gilbert has had so many kids. So, okay. I know that I said this before with the Trimbolis. I'm like, wow, there's so many kids and that's it. Like, there's no babies, no male babies to carry on. And then we come over to the Armstrongs now. Gilbert is on like his what, fourth wife, and he still doesn't have a male heir. I mean, he had one, Gilbert II, who had 2 sons, but both of his sons died. Maybe Gilbert III would have survived if I didn't roll to kill him in the new decade. Anyway, yes. I had a lot of fun with last year's video. I hope you guys liked it. And I'm enjoying this. It's Valentine's Day as well, and we are going to harvest our stuff. And look at what we got. We got a death flower. We did it. We got a death flower. We got to do this. We're going to try it. It's going to be awesome. So I'm just going to have her finish her chores. She is very excited too. We are going to, I was actually going to go to the market today, but we're not going to do that. Instead, on Valentine's Day, we are going to make the Vitality Nectar. And now I was trying to look up online, like it says that if you age Vitality Nectar, that its effects are better or something. So I didn't know if it was going to be a problem that it's not aged. Not really sure about that, but we're going to try it, see what happens. I mean, we might not even be able to try it depending on what Thomas rolls. So yes, I'm like Googling and looking up and looking at her notebook and trying to figure out exactly what I can do here. So let's head over to the church. Very excited about that. And we are going to go see Thomas's urn. Ooh, okay, you guys, can we do this? Will it work? Young adult roll is one of the worst rolls. Just like baby being born. No, 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. That's a 25% chance of failure, which we did fail the first time. But, yeah. So that's the roll he failed. That's the roll we're retrying. Don't get used to this because this is definitely like way too overpowered. Like this is not something that we should be doing often, but I think it's a great idea for this in particular, where we're doing nectar making and we're learning stuff, and you know, her husband died untimely death, so we're gonna have to get a horse too if Thomas comes back. He's probably gonna be like, where'd my horse go? Anyway, so here he is. Here's his ghost. So Thomas, why don't you guys do the Valentine's Day stuff with each other? Why don't you flirt with your wife? You know, tell her that you miss her. You know, say she just like came up to the urn and she mourned, and she was like, Thomas, please, like, respond to me. And his ghost came and they're hugging and they're just like, she's like, look, like, I want to try to bring you back. Our kids, they need you, you know, all this stuff. And she just is telling him about her life and about everything. And she's just so happy that at least they can try. you know. So let's roll for him, and he rolled a 9, so he did it. He did it. We can have him drink the Vitality Nectar, and we'll see what happens. I have no idea if there's like a chance that it won't work or what's going on with this. This is my first time using this. So here we go, Thomas. Here we go. Come back to us. Come back. Hurry up and drink it. Okay. And there he goes. He's drinking it. And he popped back to life before he actually popped back to life. But there he goes. So Thomas is now been revived. He's been revived. He's back. They're so happy. I'm going to quickly marry them upstairs because they never did that. But yes, so it's great. And I am going to now get rid of this bottle of Vitality Nectar. I don't want to keep it around. I don't want my Sims to drink it. So I'm just going to get rid of that. But then we're going to have them officially get married. And, you know, she told him about her life, about their business, about how their family is thriving. And he is so proud of her. Like, yeah, part of him is upset that he couldn't do that for their family. But he is so proud that she was so strong without him. And so he is back, and he is ready to see his children again and all of that stuff. It's so great, and they are still so in love. I mean, look at that. Immediately got an adoring sentiment. They are definitely still totally in love. And we are going home now. He is ready to go home and see his children again, even though he's taking forever to get home. So let's just go like that. Okay. So, yes, I am actually really happy that it worked. And Thomas is back. We're going to have to get him a horse. And, you know, he's going to probably want to train up the horse again. So now it's kind of funny because Thomas's, like, horse riding was supposed to be like his way of supporting the family, which he was doing. He was able to make some simoleons off of it, but like not anywhere near the amount of simoleons that Adelaide is making. So now I guess his stuff is just like a hobby. Anyway, so let's have him meet his children again. So here he is. The children are a little hesitant at first. They're kind of confused, but Adelaide is like, yes, that's your father. He came back from the dead. And Honora is kind of like, this is weird. But the children are really happy to see their dad again. Look at the good relationship they already have. And you bet they're going straight to bed. They're like, okay, kids, it's late. You should go to bed. And we're going to go to bed too. And so they go woohoo. Yes, they are definitely happy to be back with each other and all of that. So it's great. It's great. Maybe we'll have some more kids. Who knows? We probably will. I mean, if they're going to woohoo and stuff, we probably will. They will be significantly younger than the other two. He's been dead for a while. He's been dead for almost 10 years. I think he's been dead for like since 23, and it's 31 now. Yeah, he's been dead for a while. And also that means that Adelaide is a little older than him too. So she's just showing him her setup and everything. And he's like looking around and is really interested in the house and everything. There's their wedding certificate. We're going to buy a horse this time because we're rich. So we're going to buy Biscuit here. Love that for us. And Thomas is going to get back into his horse riding, even though Adelaide's a little apprehensive because that's how he died. He died in a horse riding competition accident. So everyone's a little apprehensive about that, but it's okay because, you know, he's not going to give up his dream just because of that. So here we go. They are just going to settle in a little bit. I am not going to have time to play a full day with them because it's the last day of the year now and we have to go out and do some other stuff. But we'll definitely be playing more with their family in the next part. I probably should invite Serena over to see her brother. And yeah, so we'll play more of that in the next part, but I'm really excited that he's back. He's back to horseback riding. Everyone is having a good time. And we are going to continue. So the reason I said Honora thinks it's a little weird, besides the obvious fact of it kind of being weird, is that if you'll remember, Honora does have a crush on Adelaide. So I think maybe it makes her a little uncomfortable to have Adelaide's true love come back. So that is a little awkward. But that's okay. It's not about you, Honora. Adelaide has not ever really expressed any interest in you either. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody shipped it. You gotta let me know if you thought that they should have ended up together. But I just really feel like after everything Adelaide and Thomas went through with Thomas, like, you know, training to fight for her hand in marriage and all of that stuff, I think that it's good. I think that that they're definitely meant to be, and I don't think that either of them ever had romantic thoughts about anyone else. So there is that. Although, watch Adelaide like die in childbirth. No, I'm not even going to jinx it. I knocked on wood, don't worry. Okay, so next we are going to marry Guccio Payne and Nancy Landgrab. So they are going to get married. And, you know, when this marriage was announced, there were no male heirs to the Payne household. So I think that the Landgrabs thought that probably Nancy would inherit all of the money and everything with her husband, and then if she could have a son, that they would get everything. But now that there are two male heirs in the other household, even though the wife just died, but we are going to have him remarry to her younger sister. So that the Landgrabs are definitely plotting and planning and trying to do all of this stuff. So they are like, oh, okay, well, his wife died, so why don't we send in our other daughter to get married. And actually, it's kind of funny because Nancy stole Guccio from Nazetta because she wanted to get ahead. She wanted a rich husband and all that stuff. But turns out Nazetta is actually going to be able to marry the richer brother. So, I mean, that just kind of bit you in the butt, didn't it, Nancy? If you hadn't stolen your sister's husband, or fiance or whatever, you would be marrying the richer man. Interesting, interesting. So they are going to get pregnant. They actually only have one baby try. I think she has two, but he only has one. So we'll see there. And then we'll head over to the church. I also do want to get Serena pregnant again as well. Everything has to happen before the next war starts in 1435. So there's that. You guys also have to let me know how you liked the little war thing that I did, with the dice on the screen and then the sword fighting, because I can do that again for 1440 when it comes up. But I don't know if you like that or if it even matters. I was just trying out something else with the videos. Trying to up my video making skills, which is not a lot by my own admission. Anyway, so we're heading to the church. We have 4 things to do at the church. I have 4 teleporters to put down. We have the couple, and then we have Zetien, who's going to come here to die, and then we also have Odelgard, who is becoming a child, so I'm just going to bring her here really quick so I can add her to the club. And also age her up into a child because she is not one yet. So there's that as well. Just a little maintenance here. I don't know how much of the maintenance you guys like to see. It actually takes me quite a while to go through all of the new pictures for everybody and the birthdays and the pregnancies and everything. It takes a little while for me to do that. So I just didn't know if you even cared to see that kind of stuff. But let me know if you do, because I'll put it in if you want, but it feels tedious to me. But it might be fun for you guys to see everybody as they're aging up. Maybe I could put like a montage of pictures at the end. I don't know. I am collecting pictures and stuff across the decade so far. Hopefully I'll have like a little presentation for the next decade that we can show off. We'll see. I know that Amanda Plays Sims does that, where she goes through and says, oh, here's who was born, here's who died, here's who, got married. So I'm thinking we might do something like that, where we can have a list of all of the major events of the decade, and we can go through them together, because the family tree is kind of hard to read now. So anyway, everyone's doing great. Zetien died, except for her. And there is their portrait. And then we are all set. So Here is our new portrait section. Lots of portraits happening. There's Odelgard. Let's bring Zetienne here and we'll kill her, and that'll be that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. I am trying to figure out how to get the market stall and everything to work, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I mean, we're already there, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so goodbye, Zetienne. I loved you, and you were amazing, and you're beautiful, and goodbye. So that will be that. In the next part, we'll have Thomas officially back for the whole time. So that's really exciting, and I will catch you in the next one.